Hello, everybody, and welcome to Comedy Film Nerds episode 240.
This is a very special episode. There are two guests today.
Two guests.
Yes.
We're not going to announce them.
No, we're not. We'll have to guess.
Even though they're in the description, so you already know their names.
Yeah, it won't be quite a mystery as you're listening. But we've got a lot to talk about today.
We still haven't figured out the show isn't live. We still haven't figured that out yet.
And one of us could be wearing a mask.
Yes. One is a mystery guest.
Yes. Well, one of them we abducted.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a mystery to him
Yeah,
why
he
he's
doesn't
here.
know where he's at.
Yeah.
We can't let him know where the garage is.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
You know, all you need is car and an ether. That's all you do to get guests for a
How
podcast.
we get so many good guests.
This water tastes funny.
Yes. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
So we're going to be talking about Big Hero 6, Interstellar, Birdman, and the NIGHTBREED re-release, which may give you a hint as to our guest, Neil Weakley. The biggest Cilve Barker fan ever.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say real quick, I want to thank... I was out in New York for the Urban Action Showcase Expo to see a trailer for The Martial Arts Kid.
With a cumbersome name like that, you would think it would make some kind of anagram.
UAC?
Yeah.
What?
No, it should spell like kick or something.
Yeah, it should. It should, because it's just a bunch of black martial artists in a hotel is what it was. There's a bunch of black dudes that like martial art movies. It's pretty cool. And Rick Myers. I saw Rick Myers was at the but there. He came up to me and, of course, we mentioned something about Taekwondo, and he sent that email we got. He's all mad about something. Hey, Rick, when you attempt comedy, I'm not going to write you long emails about how you did it wrong, okay? How's that sound? Does that sound fair, pal? But it was so great to see Rick there. And I got
to be fair, your form was off on your spin kick.
Yes. Thank you, Rick. It's always great. You say, hey, Rick's here. You know, that last episode, I sent you that email. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's like a neighbor who's like, you should be trimming your bushes a little more. And I'd put solar panels on that roof if I were you. Like, all right, Rick. So
how was it?
It was fun. It was fun. It was cool seeing the trailer.
How was Uatu? Is that what it was? The Urban Action?
That's what we're calling it now.
Yeah.
Uatu. I was like, was there an African actor that was there? It's only in its second year. It was pretty cool. They had
They screened the movie you're in too, right?
Well, they just showed the trailer. I thought they could screen the whole movie, but just the trailer. So it was great.
So it was worth the flight.
This is my SWAT versus Devil.
Right.
This is what this was. This is absolutely. No, it was really cool. The trailer looked great, and Don the Dragon was there. Cynthia was there. Storm was there.
Was Afro Ninja there?
Afro Ninja was not there. But there's like a booth set up for this new Monkey King film that Rick was telling me actually looks pretty cool. So there was cool stuff there. We did some press, and it was great seeing the film. It's with Jansen Pantier, who we had on the show.
Yeah.
And, it's very much a anti-bullying
Yeah,
thing.
it's a family, the martial arts kid, it's a family martial arts
family
film.
arts thing and how martial arts can help you and all that stuff. And it was really cool. I was like, wow, this movie looks like it could be pretty interesting. So I'm excited to see a family martial arts movie when it comes out.
Now, did you get, do you have a title like Joe the Security Guard? No,
I'm security guard number one.
Security guard
I'm
number
security
one,
guard
that's
number
it.
one.
One of the numbers.
Did you create a backstory for your character?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm gonna spend the money to try to get Oscar nominations. So I think it's worth. I'm gonna spend $500,000 to try. I think it's worth the money. That's worth the money.
Sure.
Yeah. Yes.
Absolutely.
Sure.
I'll back that.
Full page ads in Variety. All of it.
Not financially, just
No.
Yeah.
No, if I could back that, financially, I'd be doing something else. Anything.
So it was really cool. And also, I saw Maria Bamford. She was, at the New York Comedy Festival that Comedy Central puts on. And I was out there, and a friend of mine was like, I got tickets to go see Maria Bamford. And my first instinct was, I don't want to go fucking watch a peer of mine like sit in the audience.
Right.
Like I can't remember the last goddamn time. I
Yeah,
did
like
that.
a savage.
Yeah, like some sort of weirdo, like some weird ticket buying animal that has to sit there in these seats, like some Planet of the Apes. Madhouse! It's a madhouse! When they get hosed down at intermission or whatever regular people do. I don't care. I'm in the green room eating.
The civilians do, I guess.
I'm drinking coconut water in the green room. I shouldn't be rubbing elbows with these filthy people.
Sharing armrests.
sharing armrests with them.
Gotta fight over a cup holder? This
I
is
flew out on
ridiculous.
first class. I got upgraded. Who the hell are these animals? so this was what was going through my mind.
Sure.
And I went. And
So by then you missed the show.
I was like, yeah, I gotta fucking get out of here. I gotta go see Birdman at the AMC in Times Square. But no, I went, and I'm so glad that I did because I haven't seen Maria do a full set in forever. And for those of you who have never seen Maria Bamford live, there are a few comics that I would sit through their hour set for.
Right.
Good friends of mine who I'd be like, yeah, this guy's great. I'll watch 10 minutes of it, and then I'll go whatever, bail, and I gotta do a thing. It was so amazing, and she's like, talking about suicide attempts and being in a psych ward and being bipolar and all this stuff in the most hilarious. She's one of the more unique comics out there.
Oh, yeah.
It was really. There's few comics that I watch that I go, damn.
Yeah.
I gotta up my game. There's no one else I would watch. Patton Oswalt, yeah, he's funny. I don't watch him and go, oh man. I go, man, he's all right. Louis C.K., good for him. You know what I mean? But like Maria, I was like, damn, she is putting it all out there in the most unique manner. And there's a lot of darkness to her act and anger that she makes hilarious with all of her voices and everything, but you're like, man, this woman is like had to go through some shit and is funny about it. It was really
No one's ever going to steal a joke from Maria Bamford.
yeah. How could you do that?
Well, it'd be completely out of context.
Yeah.
Whenever I tell new comics, I give them advice. I tell them the best advice I can give you is tell jokes only you can tell.
Right.
So there's not anything anybody can lift, and it's so personal. And that's Maria Bamford is the epitome of that. It's like that's her. That's her act. There's no one else on the planet that could do it.
Yeah, and I heard like 2 nights before Tig, who's gone through a very public breast cancer, took her shirt off midway through her set.
Yeah.
And did the second half of her set with no shirt on.
Wow, really?
And I'm just like, fucking right on. Like those two are just out there
Yeah.
doing amazing stuff.
Like to see someone steal that joke.
Yeah, steal that joke. Steal the topless breast cancer
How
bit.
did the bachelorette party in the front react?
Yeah, exactly. Those morons weren't there.
Yeah, you bitch.
Yeah. Oh God. That made me want to quit stand-up.
Yeah.
What you just did. That there's a table full of dummies ruining Tig's. Yeah, bitch. Order her a shot. Oh. God.
Die now.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So, yeah, that was really awesome.
I'm going to be married for 8 months.
My marriage lasted longer.
So let's introduce our guest.
there's no
well,
reason
as
at
you
this
know,
point.
the backbone of
I
the
don't like
written
him.
site on Comedy Film Nerds has been with us from the beginning. Neil Weakley.
Why, hello.
Wow.
And first time on the program. Now, a lot of times when we have two guests, we're like, oh, well, it's a comedy team or people that work together. No, we have disparate guests this time for the actual guests. This is Mark Miller, who we're really excited to have on, and he's the head of Cilve Barker's company. Now, I want to say production company, but that's not really true because you do more than production. You do comics and all sorts of other things,
novels and plays
Right.
and stand-up comedy.
Right, everything. Clive does stand-up comedy? Wow, I want to see that.
He has this whole bit
no.
about dentists.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
so
no,
hilarious.
it's, and airplanes, man.
Yeah.
You got to hear the bit about airplanes. It's
But
great.
it's haunted.
Right. That's right.
Okay.
That's right. It's a little spin on it, you know?
So the two guests, the connection is one guy works for Cilve Barker and the other guy's a stalker.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. Yeah.
Exactly.
Very-
We call it fan.
Please.
when I told Neil that Mark Miller was going to be on the podcast, I'm taking off work. Yeah, he's like, I'm taking off work.
Didn't ask for an invite, just shows up.
Yeah.
Had the day off, guys.
Now, wait a minute.
I'll see you in the garage.
Didn't exactly plan out that way.
It wasn't scheduled.
And he's wearing the exact same outfit as Mark. It's really off-putting. It's really off-putting.
Yeah, very flattering.
I had to do did the research, got the right same glasses and everything.
I'm not going to be ignored, Mark.
So this has been fun. I'm going to go.
No, you're not.
I have a meeting.
Right after another taste of that funny tasting water. Yeah.
You'll find your car's been towed.
Yeah, that's weird.
So, well, let's talk about now. Big Hero 6 is a movie that we saw. I saw this with my family, but I want to say that I actually went to the El Capitan in Hollywood, which is an amazing theater that Disney owns. And what they do is they do like an old school kind of Hollywood thing where there's a stage show and the movies and previews. There's an organ player, but it's one of those old organs, and they play all the Disney songs, and the kids love it, and it's a great experience. It's a great place to see a Disney movie,
right?
Because they really do it up right, and the movie itself was really good. I liked it. I thought the thing I love about
let's say this.
We're going to do a spoiler.
We're going to do a spoiler up on it.
On Big Hero 6 with a special guest.
The very special.
And,
very special.
And one of the things I love about now, after Disney acquired Pixar, like it's not a Pixar movie, but it doesn't matter. John Lasseter has his fingerprints on every single piece of animation that comes out of that studio now. Mm-hmm. And that is all for the best. It really is. It's amazing. Because what Pixar and John Lasseter always used to do is they made it a motto of theirs to never talk down to kids when they're making a film. Mm-hmm. There was never that like, oh, well, it's a kids movie. So no, it's a movie that for everyone. There's a big difference. A family movie and a kids movie. And Big Hero 6 does that. It's a movie that everyone can kind of enjoy, from kids to adults, and it is kind of a Marvel property that may not be as well known, and you could tell. Obviously, we'll go into a little bit more of that in the spoiler app. But what I love about it is that there's some themes about loss and character development that you would see in a normal movie. Like at the beginning, the hero is actually his name. He loses his brother in an explosion. But what I loved about it, too, is it wasn't like a typical like origin story where like, oh, he lost his brother, now this is why he's doing this or whatever. It like was part of his character through the entire thing, which is a much more mature way to write, especially in an animated film. So I love the progression of the characters. I love the fun, and the character of Baymax, Scott Adsit, who does the voice, is so funny, and he's so perfect at it. And there were some really great lines. And what I love, too, about the movie is it kind of turns the superhero stuff on its ear a little bit. Like, normally you have, like, all right, he's building, like, a robot, like Johnny Sacco and his flying robot. Right. You have the Iron Giant. Ultimately these robots are weapons. Mm-hmm. You have a robot that was designed to be a nurse. And it's in his programming never to fight and never to do any of this. And that's kind of like a great conflict as the movie unfolds. Mm-hmm. So I really liked it. The only little nitpicky thing is like it so sets up for like sequel and franchise, and like can't we just do we have to always be thinking about that? Can't we just have a movie? And the answer is no, you cannot.
No, you can't.
No. Everything is crazy franchise, and although you could see the DNA as you're watching the movie. All right. Here's the comic, here's the video game, here's the TV show, here's the sequel. It's like you get the, How to Train Your Dragon treatment on everything. But
and here's the kids' meal.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Here are the toys.
The merchandising.
Everything's there. Yeah.
The plushes.
Yeah, but it was...
I've already seen the plush, in fact.
It was, The
Baymax is already a plush. I've seen a kid with one under its arm.
I'm not surprised.
They've already got the balloons at Disneyland. I was there last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's great.
They're floating around everywhere.
Of course.
It's out of control.
All right, well, we'll get into this.
Yeah, we'll get into it more, but I really enjoyed it. It's a great family film, and I like this streak that Disney/Pixar is on now, because it's, they're taking every movie seriously, not just like the Pixar ones.
It was cool. As I said, I went to the screening that T.J. Miller put together, and seeing Disney Studios, getting a little tour of it was really awesome to see the amount of detail that they put in, how they theme all of the people working on whatever project's office is in that world, the Frozen world or whatever, and it's just like, that is awesome. That would be a cool place.
Yeah.
to get fired from.
Which is what we do here at our studio.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we do. We theme everything.
We theme it as a small company that works in a garage. That's our theme. We really want you and all of the interns that aren't getting paid to feel that vibe.
Every direction you look, you just feel shoestring.
You feel...
And that's done on purpose.
Yes,
that
exactly.
that is. We took a lot of time. Like, here's
The production design here is impeccable.
It is.
You want us to think that the garage door is about to open at any moment.
At any moment. There's two guys here,
And we're gonna be in the way.
hanging on to this company and to their lives.
Yes.
That if this doesn't work, it's over.
That's the theme.
That's the theme.
We worked for 20 years on that.
Yeah, we've been
Very successful. I felt it the minute I walked in.
That's
you know,
what we want.
Well, it keeps you hungry.
Yeah.
Keeps you on edge. Gotta stay sharp, boys.
Hungry in the sense that we're not making enough money to eat.
There's a whole lot of Little Caesars pizza boxes lying around.
Speaking of which, why don't you guys buy some fucking merch out there listening, you free show sons of bitches? 240 free fucking hours of content. All right.
what else do you need?
Yeah, what the fuck more do you want from me?
Buy a book.
I have 2 comedy CDs that took years to put together. We whip this shit up every fucking week.
Yeah.
There's a pile of shirts I'm looking at right now. Just
Week
waiting to
after
fly
week.
off those
Week
shelves.
after week, we're spinning fucking gold.
And it doesn't always have to be a Dana Gould shirt that
They
you
score
buy.
30 fucking points a night, motherfucker. That's what we're doing. All right.
So Interstellar.
Interstellar.
Moving right along.
Anyway.
Now, I'm so excited to see this. I didn't get a chance to see it. I'm going to see it Monday, so we will be doing a spoiler up. A lot of people are already asking, are you going to do
We
a
have
spoiler
to do a
up?
spoiler
Yes,
up.
we will.
Oh, absolutely.
And
It'll
we're
be next
here
week.
we're gonna get Murray Valeriano, who wife Mary Zofries she's an Oscar-nominated costume designer.
Wow.
She did the costuming for this film.
Cool.
He was in Vancouver when they were shooting for like a month or two. So he's going to give us. He was at the premiere like a couple weeks ago.
I'll give us like a little behind the scenes.
Oh, that'll be
Oh,
cool.
great.
And
Okay.
so,
Very cool.
okay, I made sure I saw this. The Chinese theater in Hollywood, which is one of my more favorite theaters. When I first moved to LA, I was like, this is a cathedral to cinema.
Yes, I agree.
And they remodeled it about a year or so ago because it was like a 2,500 seat theater, and now they remodeled it to show IMAX. And wow, was that awesome! I saw a 70 millimeter IMAX print of it last night. I flew home from New York, was home for about 30 minutes. Just enough time to eat my hemp granola with almond milk. And then drove to goddamn Hollywood in rush hour. It took me an hour and 20 minutes.
Wow.
Almost like missed the first minute or two of the film. Missed all the trailers and everything.
This is dedication.
Because I was like, I'm not
Cheers.
watching this movie on a regular screen.
No, you made the right choice.
I just can't.
Yeah.
Even though it was at my theater with the nice reclining seats and the
Really?
food. Yeah. The AMC dine-in theaters. It was there, and I almost went, ooh, I've been flying all day. I want to sit in comfortable seats.
Yeah.
So I cannot recommend. We'll get into all of it with a spoiler wrap, but I really loved it. And I know it's a movie that is polarizing. I've already seen online some people like, "Oh, sucked," and other people, "Amazing."
Yeah.
And I get that because I didn't like Inception.
Yeah,
I didn't like it, and everyone's
Right.
like, "What? How?"
I know we got a lot of flack for that. I felt the same way you did.
Yeah.
No, we got a lot of flack for
We got
that.
a lot of flack for that. I'm on the yes on Interstellar vote for this. It was really cool. And Christopher Nolan.
Running time justified.
To me, yeah. It's this
It was
generation.
like 4 hours long, wasn't it?
It's this generation's-
It's 3 hours, and I'm just slightly on the other side of that. There was a point in the film where I was like, this could have been a little tighter. It's 2 hours and it's 10 minutes shy of 3 hours.
Right.
And they could have done it in probably 2.5.
Yeah, you could have trimmed 15 minutes off of that 20 minutes. But I don't know. I was there, but I also was.
But it's a small thing. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It was a little thing. You know, I mean,
You saw the Cinerama Dome, so you saw a.
I saw also a 70 mil. Yeah, the dome, which until that existed, the Chinese was always the best theater. Seriously, but the dome is, especially when the ArcLight took it over.
Yeah, the dome is amazing.
It's pretty nice.
We're so lucky. We
But-
live in Hollywood. There are two of the best fucking screens on the planet.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm so spoiled. Like I went. I saw Big Hero 6 in Glendale with a friend of mine. It was just like, why am I in Glendale? Seeing what the fuck am I doing at the Americana?
A lot of reasons. A lot of reasons.
The Americana, really? Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's not the same.
I saw Lawrence of Arabia at the Dome. That's like one
No,
of the best going experiences.
Absolutely.
One of the things we're gonna I want to spend half of the Interstellar spoiler up just talking about how great all of the. I saw Saving Private Ryan there. And saw World War II vets crying at the end.
Wow, right.
Like, I mean, that just walking in there now they've really embraced. They've got Marilyn Monroe's dress from it's just.
Yeah, it's pretty cool there now. Yeah.
If you ever could, whatever you gotta. We have to. Spoil it. I can't even start this because this will be a 5-hour episode.
But
Yeah, absolutely.
you didn't finish your thought. I want to hear what you were going to say. It's this generation's
2001: Space Odyssey.
Okay,
Yeah.
there it is.
Oh, very cool.
It is
kinda is.
because when 2001 came out, Stanley Kubrick, people were like, "Holy shit!" Technologically, what he did, thematically, and he was going into some really. That wasn't a sci-fi laser shoot 'em up. You know what I mean?
Right.
That
No,
was
it's
not.
It's a very intense, heady.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it had the same reaction. It had a lot of people were also like, what the hell is this?
Sure.
Boring.
Yeah.
Monkeys throwing a stick.
I get it.
Yeah.
The bone is a spaceship.
What's with the?
Yeah.
God, I hope somebody said that about you.
One douche.
The bone is a spaceship. 1969 hipster.
I spent 3 hours for this. I could have been doing whippets.
Yeah. Is that what they did in 1969? Is that your view of drug use
I think
back
that was
then?
more of a college '80s thing.
Yeah, that
really.
was Whippets. Is that as far
Late
back as
'80s,
your
early
drug history?
'90s. I
Same
think
thing.
the whippets.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah. Same reaction with 80s kids watching 2001.
Oh, okay. All right. Makes perfect sense, buddy. So yeah, that's what I thought about it, and I literally.
I can't wait to see it.
That
was the first DVD I ever bought. Was 2001.
Nice.
It was great.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you on that.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
all right, and then I saw Birdman.
Okay, now I want to hear about this
So do I, 'cause I
your
like Birdman.
your face dropped when you mentioned it. So I want to hear.
Okay,
this,
I'm going to ask everybody here at this. Have you've seen it?
I have seen it, and
Mark,
I liked
have
it.
you-
Haven't seen
okay,
it.
you like. it.
But people also were polarized on this. Too,
Here's
so.
why. Let me ask Mark and Chris. You seen the trailer?
Yes.
In the trailer.
What did you think this movie might be about after watching the trailer?
You know, sort
Go ahead.
of comedic story about this guy. I mean, basically, you know, I guess the only thing it seeed to me is like a version of, you know, Being John Malkovich, but one step
Oh
removed.
wow, interesting, cool.
Now this is. I actually had a different reaction when I saw the trailer. I actually thought it would be a comedy drama about a washed-up actor trying to find his place in the world with tastes of Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
That sounds great. That's a movie I'd like to see. What I went to was a movie that the first 10 minutes I was like, oh, fuck, this is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Now, this is not a spoiler. I wish we could do a spoiler on this one because I want to get into the details of this so hard. In the trailer, they show him levitating. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's how they open this movie. Levitating. And you're like, oh, fuck.
What's going on?
And you hear the voice of the Birdman voice
Right.
is in his head going,
Right.
yeah, and it's great, right? That's in the trailer too.
Yeah.
What's not in the trailer is that there's an hour and 25 minutes of him just back and forth arguing about what makes a good Broadway play. This was beginning to drive me.
Wow, no, that wasn't in the trailer.
The him doing the play seems like just sort of a stepping stone into all of the things you're talking about, right? And there's all these cool handheld shots, but I got bored with them after a while, you know, and maybe I'm the guy going, oh, the bone is a spaceship. Maybe I'm that guy. We get it. I get it. But that's how I felt while watching.
Okay, it's really Batman. I get
I get it. Oh, yeah, I know. Because it's all about the play and Broadway and bringing up things that are kind of interesting of like big budget Hollywood versus Broadway and you know, all these Broadway people like look their nose down at big budget Hollywood but also like it's kind of like there's some bullshit about Broadway. It's just for rich white people. And, you know, one person at the New York Times can decide whether or not your play is successful or not.
I feel like you focus too much on that. There's some of that, especially that, you know, he talks that
the whole movie takes place, though, during the preview week.
I know, but it was not necessary to be literally about, there's a lot of stuff that's out of context in the sense that it's Michael Keaton's playing, everything's like a threat to him.
Sure.
And so, yes, it's about this play, and it's his project, and it's his comeback. I'm like, it's all about him making a name for himself again. Yeah, it's about the play because that's what they're doing. But it's his project, and everything he talks about, like when Ed Norton comes in, they bring him in, and he's completely threatened because this guy's, you know, the hot actor,
and he's out of his mind.
Yeah, but that
everyone's great.
Sure.
Everyone in it is great in it. But for me, I guess I was like, if you're going to introduce levitation and you're going to introduce, is he really
all in his head?
Sure. Is it or is it not? Is what they were saying. Like that was the.
It's all in his head, and it's about him. To me, it's all in his head.
This is why we got to do a spoiler app because
you want to talk about whether that's
the ending.
Okay,
right? We can't talk about that.
Right.
So this is why I'd love to do a spoiler app because this is to me. You know, is it all in his head? Is it not? Is he just like that would be
okay.
But so like you're introducing all of those things,
sure,
and then it's just all this like it's almost the complaint that I've had and we've talked about on the show numerous times of when a stage play they try to make it into a movie, it's too talky, right? Mm-hmm. And you're introducing all this stuff that's too talky, and I know what they're saying. They also wanted to say. You know, it's kind of a criticism on these big action movies. They're not real art and all that stuff. And this is real art. But I just spent like all this time, like I felt like it was repeating. Like I got it. He wasn't a great dad. He's trying to make a comeback.
The bone is a spaceship.
Yeah, exactly. The bone is a fucking spaceship. Is it all in his head? Is it not? Let's.
I didn't have a problem with it. I didn't anguish over that so much.
I had
really just enjoyed.
I had huge expectations going into it because that trailer when we screened it at Podfest, I was like,
"Yeah, we're so excited!
Fuck yeah!" And I guess I wanted more of this. Is it real? Is it not? Thing.
All right, split vote then.
Wow.
All right.
So now let's talk. We really want to talk to Mark now about the NIGHTBREED release.
Really, the reason we're all here.
Yeah, because it's such an amazing story. Like if you get back to,
it is an amazing story.
It's kind of like Cilve Barker's Brazil.
Yeah,
really.
Very much so.
It's his SWAT versus Devil.
It's his SWAT versus Devil. Exactly. It's Cilve Barker's SWAT versus Devil.
Indeed.
That's what Cilve said too.
Yeah.
That's weird. Yeah.
I'm sure he knows the story.
Yeah.
He bought the live stream for Podfest,
Yeah,
right?
I think it's on the box.
Yeah, it's
Where did he find his copy of?
This is my SWAT
Yeah, there's a
versus
quote.
Devil.
There's a quote on the back. It's.
Is he going to listen to this episode?
I'd be surprised.
We saw he just started following us on Twitter.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Is that who runs a social media account? Does
you know, he's there sometimes.
Well, for a guy who said when I saw the screening, this kitchen sink screening at the Egyptian, he said if he takes on no new projects ever, he still has at least 20 years worth of work. Like he can't. He doesn't have time to listen to this.
Oh, right.
because he literally says if I take on no new projects at all, I still have 20 years worth of work.
In terms of just
he's got that many projects. He's juggling that much in his own stuff. He can't take on anything new.
So let's because I actually want to talk about the Abarat story too. But first let's do NIGHTBREED because when did that come out? It's just like a couple weeks ago, right?
October 28th.
October 28th.
Yeah. We're out now.
So
it's live.
So how did it begin? Like when did this movie first come out, and what was it like?
Came out in 1989, and it was a nightmare for Cilve. The studio took first they started asking for
Tell
reshoots.
people who don't know, who's listening, who are like, what is it about? What is NIGHTBREED?
NIGHTBREED is about it's based on a book of his called Cabal. that is about a man that is fed lies by his therapist, and he's tricked into believing that he's committing these murders subconsciously, and so he goes to try and figure out what's wrong. And in the process, he's told that there's a place where people like him can find refuge. And on his way there, he's gunned down by police. But he resurrects and he goes to this place called Midian, where he's accepted by this group of monsters called the NIGHTBREED.
Oh, okay. So then was there a lot of anticipation because of the book going into getting this movie made in 1989?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And, a lot of people know what the story is. And then when the movie NIGHTBREED comes out, it doesn't resemble the story whatsoever. Some people are confused. Some people like it. A lot of people hate it. And one of those people is Cilve. And for
So what, then the studio then they just butchered it.
Yeah, they butchered it.
They were just like, he's not really innocent, but he's a monster. We get it.
I get it. The guy's got a knife, and everyone's weird looking.
Birdman is doing a play.
It was exactly like that. It was weird. But they took it away from him and they recut it, and even at by the very end of it, he had nothing to do with it, and the movie that he was forced to promote, by the time the film was released, resembled nothing.
And he was pretty public about the I hate this.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, very much so. And for 25 years, because it came out in '89, he's been public about it.
Was he public about it during the promotional tour? Or
is
that where it simmered?
That's where it simmered. That's where it that's where it started bubbling. And then as soon as
his tour of lies, he was
on his cabal of lies for the film.
Contractual Ball of Lies tour.
Yeah,
I like that. That's a rare poster.
That's like Revenge of the Jedi. It's hard to find.
Yeah. Fantastic. Nice one.
It's comedy film nerds.
So then, what was the impetus to then, you know what? Why don't we re-release it?
It's always been there, and
for 25 years.
Yeah. It's people have been wanting to see this film for since its release. They've wanted a director's cut, and I saw the movie when I was 13. I rented it from my local video store. I didn't get it. I hated it. And then I befriended Cilve and I started working for him. And
how long have you been working for him?
I've been working for him for 2014. I started in 2008.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
So 6 years. So as long as I've been working on the project, I've been working with Cilve.
Cool.
And it was then that I found out that NIGHTBREED was butchered, and because it'd been a while since I'd seen it, and I wanted to brush up on my Barker catalog, and I found. In a rare instance where an IMDb forum page doesn't turn into racist hate speech, I actually found some worthwhile information. There were tons of posts about the film and people talking about the eventual director's cut, and Cilve says it's coming out any day now, and since I was tapped into the source directly, I just texted him and I said, "Hey, when can I see this director's cut? There's all this chatter about it coming out." And he said that it's all conjecture. We don't even know where the film footage is. We've been trying to find it for 19 years. No one knows where it is.
Wow.
And so I asked if I could try my hand at finding the footage, and he said absolutely. There's so much missing footage, including a musical sequence and all this stuff. And if you can find it, you'll be my personal hero. But I really doubt it's going to happen.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. So we met and we talked about it, and he told me where the trails in the sand ended, as he put it, and then I just started cold calling people. I talked to the original editor. I talked to people that worked on the film post-production at the time. I talked to the studio, and everyone I talked to said the same thing, which was, "You're never going to find it, and don't call me back." Wow. And one of the weirdest things was there was a woman that worked in post-production. Now she does promotional stuff for New Line Cinema, And I called her. The editor told me that she was one of the people that I should talk to. She handled like where materials went, and I got through to her. She was very unwelcoming. Was not interested in speaking with me. And the next day, her credit from the movie disappeared from IMDb.
Oh,
which was really weird. So I started to feel like I was looking for Jimmy Hoffa. You know, I didn't know
so
why.
People were like wanted to be distanced from that film.
I don't know
like,
what the hell.
It goes too deep, kid.
Weird.
Walk away.
It goes all the way to the top.
It's like an unusual reaction for what you're looking for.
You know, a simple question. Hey, do you know where this film footage is?
You're not looking for like Nazi gold.
No.
You know?
It was the strangest thing.
Wow.
Yeah, but I kept knocking on doors, and one of the weirdest things was after my conversation with the original editor, Mark Goldblatt, who also directed like Terminator 2 and all kinds of awesome stuff. He said, there's got to be a tape somewhere. I remember at least that I struck a tape that had some of the footage on it. And right around that time, we were doing some spring cleaning at the office. And we found a few tapes labeled Nightbreed in Clive's storage closet.
it's the greatest thing ever.
So it was like
it's been under your nose the whole time.
So at that
We're
point,
sitting on the treasure map.
The footage is coming from the house. The footage is coming from the house.
nice.
Oh, so awesome.
Nice. So that was weird.
Was there like an old knight that was guarding it, and you
had to pick the right
Choose
challenge.
wisely.
It was really strange.
So it was literally in his house.
It was literally in his house, and it was a 20-year-old.
Come on. Look, the guy has a lot of stuff. You forget.
There's a lot of shit.
Oh my God! What else did you guys
put it in the
find?
closet. You're like, this will be great. I'll hold on to this.
Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah.
I found a Big Gay Al keychain. I don't know. I don't know why that was next to it. But it was really strange, and obviously that reaction is pretty common. And I asked him, how the hell could this have been here? In under your nose for 20 years. And he said, look, when the movie was done, I wanted nothing to do with it at that point. What they did hurt so bad that anything that even said Nightbreed, I couldn't look at it. So he just put it on a shelf and turned his back.
It's like taking the Mona Lisa and then painting a party hat on it.
Sure. Right.
It's like, fuck you. You just, took my baby.
I will never look at this again.
Yeah.
And so we found these tapes. We had to send them to Europe because they were all PAL and coded. And we got them digitized, and the word that came back was, there's missing footage on this. There's footage no one's ever seen. But it was 20-year-old degraded mold eaten VHS tapes. So it wasn't good footage. It wasn't high quality footage, but it was still footage. And so a friend of the company came and took that footage and spliced it together with the DVD that was out and created this thing called the Cabal Cut. And we toured the world with it. And this gentleman,
that's the one that I saw at the Egyptian. So
this was when?
This was we found the
year.
footage in 2009, and the Cabal Cut was created in 2010, and then we toured for about 2 years with it, and through that, just sort of pounding the pavement, we got 10,000 signatures to prove that there actually was an audience for this, and at that point the studio said, okay, so maybe people want to see this movie, and they started talking.
So you had to get like a petition to even get it on the ballot at the studio.
Yeah, basically.
So then the studio then have all the negatives, and they gave those up?
They didn't even know where it was at that point. So we finally found a distributor, Scream Factory, and the original plan was to because we kept talking to these storage facilities, and the studio was they didn't have it, and they didn't know where it was. And we were just going to digitize. We were going to do a high res digitization of the VHS tapes and release that. And then 6 months before our street date, we got a ping from some storage facility in like Ohio that said, I don't know, there's like 500 boxes that say Nightbreed here.
Oh my God, that's insane.
And the best part is, the studio said, "Okay, send it to us," and the storage facility said no. And so the studio came back to this distributor and said, "Yeah, sorry guys, you just have to use the VHS tape. The storage facility told us no." And our distributors, God bless them, said, "You guys own the film. To tell them no is not an option." So the studio said, "All right, we'll try it." And they tried that, and the storage facility sent us the footage.
Oh, weird. The studio with the fucking 7 floors of lawyers made the storage guys.
But it's amazing
whose
that
brother-in-law does his taxes. Okay.
It's incredible how little effort they wanted to put into it.
Yeah.
Like, all right, we tried. They said,
guys, we did everything we could.
Send them an email, asked them for
They
it.
put more effort into saying no than was
than
necessary.
actually making.
to fill out a FedEx form.
Yeah,
To get a
exactly.
couple boxes
It
shipped.
took more effort.
You don't you
Say no.
So you don't have an office assistant that would actually do the contact work.
They
for
will
that?
deliver it to your place. I don't know.
Seems
you
like a lot
already
of
own
work.
it. You're not buying anything. Yes, I don't know.
Yeah. FedEx guy has to show up like he does every day. That guy shows up every day.
Yeah, like, what if I have to sign for it and
I'll
I'm
have to
not
be in the
there? Then I
office.
actually have to go to the post office.
It's not like the footage was hidden in a mine. It was a storage.
You gotta
facility.
walk through this dragon's lair
Yeah.
to get.
Where in Ohio? If you have, do you have any idea where?
No idea.
Okay, because it's where
Undisclosed location.
Hidden
Yeah,
Footageville,
from
Ohio.
Cleveland.
Right.
it was probably down the street from
Yeah.
me.
So
Probably
the
John Boehner's district.
the footage then went from the storage facility to the studio, then to the distributor.
They just sent it straight to the distributor.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
great. And then that's when it started getting put together.
Yeah, and we.
What was it on?
It was on 35, and it was trims. So it was 500 boxes, about the size of this, of like a terabyte hard drive.
Wow. So then, how did they? So this DVD that I'm holding right here that just came out, the NIGHTBREED Director's Cut Limited Edition. What is this made from then?
That is made from the original theatrical cut, the original 35 millimeter print, and the 35 millimeter trims that we found in 500 boxes.
So the 35 millimeter trims had the lost footage that was on those VHS tapes.
yes, and some that we didn't even find on those VHS tapes.
So that's why this is then really high quality, then better than that thing you were taking around. that
Yeah,
Neil saw.
exactly.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fucking awesome! Jesus, that's great.
That's an amazing and what how many years
It's
putting that together?
6 years in total.
And you spearheaded this whole
so
thing. You
much.
put this whole thing together.
I did. I sent the first text, and then I was there. I was there at the release.
You're the young Indiana Jones of Cilve Barker's movies.
Of lost footage.
Oh, that's really cool.
This is what you need to do, dude. You need to go like, all right, we're gonna.
I found my calling.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna
Let's do it.
You're like
guys.
the guy that found like the Metropolis.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
lost footage, like in
Let's
Brazil
find London
somewhere.
after midnight.
Yeah.
Let's do it,
yes,
dude.
yes, let's
Come
do that.
on.
What are we doing sitting here?
Open up a detective agency.
Yeah. Call it.
Yeah.
Make it into an 80s TV show.
There's got to be more footage in Ohio.
There's gotta be. I would
facility held
sincerely
something
find
back.
every director who has lost footage and go through their own homes.
Yeah.
That's where I would start.
Start with their closets. Sure. Perhaps would be the best.
Public service announcement.
Attics,
That
basements.
is great.
That's an awesome story. So now,
now it's out now, right?
Where
It's
can
out
people
now.
get it?
And they
It's
can buy it on
over
Amazon. They can buy it. Yeah, there's one right behind you, Grant.
You just
I'm good, guys.
hands.
Got it. Good to go.
Send me a note on Twitter. Maybe I'll screen it for you when I come through your town.
I'll take a picture. Amazon. We were the number one horror Blu-ray on Amazon at the moment, which is very exciting. And you can buy it on the distributor's website, shoutfactory.com. And I think some people can buy it at their local. I mean, you can get it at places like Amoeba or
Right. Well, we'll have a full written review up on the site.
Tower Records. Are those still around?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
They're right next to the Blockbusters.
Yeah, and Sam Goody.
Oh.
Yeah, Sam Goody and Borders. They're all in a
Yeah,
shop
they're
next to
all-
each other. Yeah.
Suncoast.
Yeah.
Suncoast. I worked at a Suncoast when I moved out.
Nice.
First job when I moved to California.
Fantastic.
Kitty corner from the Hollywood Video.
That was connected to a Sam Goody. See what I'm saying? 1994.
Oh, God.
Ah,
Things
those
still
were the
standing
days.
from then is Chick-fil-A. So now, the thing about what you guys have going on right now, this is like just one of the many projects you have kind of going on. But one of the things I wanted to mention, too, is the Abarat series.
Yeah.
Because what I found so fascinating, you can give a little more details on the story where the rights were sold to Disney before the books were even written.
Yes.
So tell that story.
Well, it was Clive painted this gigantic triptych, which is 3 paintings that are all, I think in total it's 40, 50 feet wide, and it's a showstopper. It's an incredible piece, and it's this archipelago of 25 islands. That are the islands of the Abarat, and it's each island is a time out of time, as Clive puts it. Each island represents an hour of the day, and the 25th island is time that doesn't, it's the in between time,
right?
And they all connect in this Sea of Isabella, and the only way to get there is the main heroine says there was a ferry that used to come from Chickentown, Minnesota, that can take you to the Abarat, and that was just the painting, and it was the story Clive came up with based on this painting that he just dashed off in a vision, and that was the story that he told, and based on that, Disney bought the rights, and HarperCollins ordered 5 books, and he just started writing.
Now, just when we say Disney bought the rights, this was a crazy sale, like millions of dollars.
Yeah, it was big news. It was
millions of dollars without ever seeing a page written.
Right. That was before the bubble burst, as they say.
Yes.
And, people were getting huge amounts of money for options, and what's the craziest thing about it is that was like in 1998, I think, and they never did anything with it, and so now the rights have lapsed.
So Clive has them back?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they spent all this money and did nothing.
Yeah, that's right.
And now Clive's like, suckers.
Paid me a shit ton of money.
You could have done something, but you did nothing.
And now I get to do it.
And now, now the books are his, and we're talking with David Barron, who produced the Harry Potter films, about who also produced NIGHTBREED, incidentally. So they're old friends. And and we're working with
because
him
there's
on
3
it.
books right now.
There's
I just
3
read
books.
the 3rd one.
Yeah, he's writing the 4th one at the
Is
moment.
there going to be 5?
There's going to be 5.
There are going to be 5. Okay.
Cool.
And he wants to make these into films.
Yeah, very much so.
That's a very cool thing.
And he's going to direct them.
No, heavens no.
No.
He'd write them, and
He doesn't want to direct anymore, or he just...
he does, but it's a tough game. I don't think he would ever direct for a studio again.
Let's just put it this way: he didn't have a great experience.
Sure, yeah. Hellraiser was the only film that he actually had full control over. Every film since then has been fucked over in some way.
That movie changed the way I looked at horror.
Yeah.
And I was already a horror fan, and I saw it in college, and in the theater. And our town, Athens, Ohio, I went to Ohio University. They had 2 movie theaters, and then 2 years later, one of them closed, and then the next year, the other one closed. There was no movie theater for the last year I was in college. So in 1987, I saw that in the theater, and it literally, that changed the way I looked. Nobody had ever done anything like that before.
And they still haven't.
No, you're right. They haven't. It still stands the test of time, and it's absolutely unique, and and then every line is still completely.
Oh yeah.
There's
nothing like it. It's incredible.
I was obsessed. I was an art major too, so I was obsessed for 6 months after I saw it, and I did all these art projects for classes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Based on it, I drew the Pinhead. It's
I'd love to see him.
He
all
drew
sorts
himself
of
as
stuff.
Pinhead.
Yeah.
No. What? No, I didn't. No, but I did. Yeah. Well,
It's not outside the realm of possibility.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
not
it
outside.
was.
It's not outside the realm of
No,
possibility.
maybe I'm confusing 2 different pictures that you are.
Yeah, there was
Maybe
one.
Chris, that's how Chris sees you.
Yeah, maybe.
That's possible.
Yeah, that's what I'm drawing right now.
When the lights go out, I'm a Cenobite.
Yeah. But now,
that was a very effective.
and that's being remade. But Clive is actually writing the script for this.
Yeah, he's written the script for the remake. And
Now is he
it?
circling around directing it?
No, we're talking about directors that we want at the moment. We're having conversations with the Weinstein Company.
I see.
Okay.
They've told us who they want to use, and we're compiling a list of people we want to use. And it's exciting.
Well, Chris is available since.
Yes. Well, I have a reel, but you can only get it in Japan.
I'll send him a link.
Absolutely. SWAT versus Devil. That'll get you hired.
I remember
immediately.
Clive had said during this screening.
Yeah, that was at the Egyptian, right?
Yeah, and he talked. Obviously, it was a Q&A, and it was great. And he said it's cool to rewrite it because you can push the envelope further now.
Yeah.
Which I think if Cilve Barker says you can, I'm going to write it myself, the new Hellraiser, because I can push the envelope farther. Like it wasn't pushed far enough.
Yeah,
sure.
And that's just one project that's going on right now. Like we were already getting tweets like, oh, well, you got to ask Mark about, these different
the second you guys announced.
like Magica is another one that's hugely popular.
Yeah, that's my favorite book.
Now,
hands down.
What can you say about that right now? What's going on?
All I can say is what I said on Twitter is we're in talks, and we're very excited about it.
With who?
A guy.
A person who will not be named.
A guy that did some stuff.
Yeah, he's taking
don't
care
ask.
of that thing.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
And one of my favorite books that I just read to my daughter was Thief of Always, and I know that was like in development to try to get like a stop motion animation.
Yeah. There've been a few different things.
Did the rights go back to Clive on that?
Rights are back with Clive now, and Oliver Parker, who played Peliquin in Nightbreed, is a director in his own right. He directed Dorian Gray and Ideal Husband, and the most recent thing was Johnny English Reborn.
Yeah.
And so he's written an adaptation, and he's filming something right now. And when he wraps that, we're moving into Thief of Always.
Really?
Yeah,
live action or animation?
Live action.
Live action.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
This is good stuff. This is awesome. This is good stuff. Finding out some really good things here.
Got some Scaluzis, guys.
Sweet. CFN exclusive. Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, we need another theme song for that.
just a stinger.
So what would be the most surprising thing that people don't know about like what's in development with Clive right now? Like whether it's
that you
a novel
can talk about.
that you can talk about. It's a novel,
really.
comic book, stage play, or movie.
In active talks, I think the most surprising thing might be Magica. That is because it's still very, very formative, but it is potentially the most incredible thing on our.
What are you
roster.
like doing? Like, what is your like kind of day-to-day job, and what do you?
It's all over the place.
Just anything.
Yeah, it's I write comic books with Clive, and now that Nightbreed's over, we're moving into to book 2 of the art book that is also behind you.
Oh yeah. Mark brought a lot of great swag, and he said to maybe give away to fans, but it's so good we're keeping it.
Sorry, guys.
Why?
There's another sting.
You'll get the posters from the Portland show. We'll include that in any order you buy. We'll give you that.
So now that we got the A swag, next time when Mark comes in and brings the lower level swag, we'll send that stuff out in the gift box.
No, it's not. You guys are going to keep all that shit.
Yeah, you're right.
Just say it. Just say it.
You're right. Nothing's going out.
Nothing's going out. What is your kind of, I don't know, favorite part about doing this job, and where
because it's like a hybrid position.
Yeah.
And what do you want to like? Where do you see? I mean, this sounds like, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
What's your 5-year plan?
What's your template?
Honestly, it's getting to play in Clive's world. I mean, I bring things to him nightly for approvals, whether it's comic book covers or. Right now, we're getting a lot of artwork and promotional materials for his forthcoming novel, The Scarlet Gospels, which is Pinhead versus Harry D'Amour, which is his character from the movie Lord of Illusions.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That comes out in May.
I'm looking forward to that.
So that's already
Because I actually really enjoyed Lord of Illusions too.
Lord of Illusions is awesome.
It's great.
So it's Pinhead versus Harry D'Amour battling it out in hell.
Oh, cool.
And that comes out in May, and right now we're getting all sorts of artwork and stuff for that. And so I get to bring that to Clive, and just watching him go through the process of having these ideas, and every time someone brings us something, he makes it better. It's it's awesome.
Well, how was his reaction to the Lord of Illusions film?
He's a fan. He liked.
He is.
Yeah. He again, the studio, took it and did their own version of it, but he got to do the director's cut for the VHS when it came out. So that's readily available. So it wasn't. He was frustrated by the film that came out in the theaters, but
he was able to release it.
But he's able to release, and we're releasing both of those in like with the Nightbreed here, which you get the
like
theatrical and the director's cut. We're doing a Lord of Illusions box set.
Oh, when's that
comes
coming
out
out?
in December, I believe.
Oh, like next month?
Like which would be next month.
I see a little Christmas gift to myself.
I don't mind if I do.
Wow. So now
What's Christmas like in your house, Neil? Just you opening Cilve Barker stuff that you bought for yourself?
Yeah.
He wrapped.
Yeah.
He wraps them. He puts them all under the tree. Who's this from?
Oh, look, it's from Clive.
Talking to your pin-faced doll. Do you want some more cinnamon apple cider?
We will show you the delights of hell in cinnamon apple cider.
You always know just what to say.
We have such cider to show you.
Now that's going to be a hashtag. Have some cider to show you.
That's a good one.
You know what? One of our fans, one of you out there, and maybe it's Ron Hansen, should compile all of our hashtags that we've thrown out over the years, and we'll make a book of hashtags and whatever the story was, because I don't remember them.
Well,
So
there's been a lot of them.
Go for it, fans. Go through 250 some episodes.
Compile the hashtags.
Compile a list of hashtags.
We'll make a Kindle single.
Yeah, say they'll make it worth your while too.
Yeah.
Really.
Sure, we'll give you a little taste.
We'll dedicate the book to you.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Oh man, well this has been like incredibly informative.
This has been a great episode. Usually they're dumb. Really.
I don't know what happened today. Yeah, that's because we rearranged the garage over the weekend.
I'm telling you,
I think it's the feng shui. Yeah,
it is the
absolutely.
Feng shui of the garage. It's like, and then you're gonna make Mark buy one of your kids' candy bars, like you did
they're
to
only
Neil and I.
$1. Yeah.
Right, I'm not leaving until
Yeah,
Chris
Kim
puts them down like you have an option, like a mob guy. Yeah, there's some candy bars that
So,
would help
you
my
know.
kid's school.
Yeah,
You got a choice.
No pressure.
Sure. While he puts like he's cleaning his gun
Yeah.
while you're
To your left is the candy bar. To your right is this submachine gun.
You like chocolate, right?
I got your
you
favorite.
do.
It's dark chocolate. You like it. I know you like it.
I know you want to buy at least 10 bars. 10 bars is how many bars I think you're going to like it. All right. Well,
This is the Nightbreed of chocolate bars.
Oh, now you're speaking my language. Now I want chocolate.
Now I'm in.
There's a chocolate monster. He wants you to buy him. Midian is where the chocolate is.
I'm confused. Is that a Bulvanian accent you're doing?
We have much diversity.
The cultural attaché to Bulvania, ladies and gentlemen, is also in the studio today.
Oh, I just realized there's a Nightbreed connection circling back to your Maria Bamford story. The gentleman that edited Nightbreed, named Andrew Furtado, he played the delivery boy in Maria Bamford's new special.
Are you kidding me?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
The special?
The special.
I
That
saw
she
that.
did in her living room or
That's
whatever?
the one.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
There it is. I saw that. That's actually
That was so
6
brilliant.
degrees.
That was
Yeah.
nice. Nice
6
timing.
degrees.
Absolutely.
Nightbreed.
Bringing it
It
back
all
around.
comes-
My work
it all
here is
comes
done.
back.
No, Eminem out.
I tried to drop the mic, but it's
But
we
it's
can't.
expensive.
Yeah, we can't
Yeah.
afford
Right,
you to do
sorry,
that.
sorry, guys.
Just make a noise.
So we'll go to DVD and Blu-rays.
Oh,
coming out.
shit.
We have How to Train Your Dragon 2.
I liked this. You didn't as much.
I didn't as much, but it wasn't bad. It was just, I thought they went like a little too dark with it, and but it was still good. It was still good.
I liked it, and it's definitely even missing.
still didn't see it.
It's for. I
will.
think if you like the first one, you'll like this.
You know what? The show's actually been pretty good too. They did like a limited series
really?
on Cartoon Network. They actually
All right.
did a good job with that too. Tammy, I did not see Tammy, but people were saying it was pretty funny.
I saw someone on the plane back from New York watching it, and they seemed to be laughing in their seat.
All right, perfect.
my highest recommendation.
Yeah, that's
Some schlub on a plane loved it.
She was on her way to a bachelorette party,
Yeah.
but
some mope who couldn't get
Yeah.
anything better than a middle seat. That was how he got through this 6 hours of bullshit while I was in the exit row aisle. couldn't get upgraded on the way back, so that's nonsense.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is real. But I didn't have anyone sitting next to me, so
that's good.
Yeah, I can't have some goddamn animal.
Let's.
Again, I'm not going to be sharing some armrests.
Some armrest.
Some
What a
goddamn
fucking
slum.
heathen. Some garbage dweller. I don't know what these people do.
We came back from
What kind of parasites this guy's got on his skin?
when we came back from Portland, I had that happen where I even got the exit row. I'm like, all right, there's more room, but a giant guy sits next to me in the middle seat. And the big guys, a lot of them are kind of considerate, like they try to kind of stay in their area, but when you're that big, your body spills over to the other seats without, your control. And he was very good-natured about it. And even, the stewardess came up and, actually asked, "Are you a wrestler?" And he just laughed and goes, "No, I'm just big."
That's
Like,
great.
if you're a certain size.
Oh, it must be a wrestler.
Yeah, it must be a wrestler. Yeah, or a monster.
Or a monster.
Are you a giant?
It's funny. On the way back from Portland, I was upgraded. So
Funny story.
I don't
That's
know.
all.
I don't know what kind of. She asked me which meal choice do you want?
Wow.
While you're right there fighting with some wrestler, whatever the fuck. You guys were chewing on a bone or whatever. I don't know what you guys do. I don't know what you guys do back there, and I don't care.
No, that bone is my spaceship.
Yeah, I don't. We should just say Han shot first and fucking close the episode down right there. That's fucking nice.
Oh God! Well, I don't think we can make as many jokes about Jersey Boys.
Well, we know what Jimmy Pardo thinks of that film.
Wow,
Yeah,
Pardo
wow.
went apeshit for
No,
it.
he sure did.
If you didn't listen to last week's episode, which was the Portland episode,
Yeah.
Pardo went nuts on Jersey
He
Boys.
was not fond of it.
That was hilarious.
not his favorite film.
It was
Not well
It was
reviewed.
great when he got mad that he thought we said he liked Chef.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty funny.
And then when he went off on Jersey Boys. So if you want to hear Pardo go apeshit on Jersey Boys,
Yeah.
listen to episode
It's
239.
well worth it.
It's well worth it.
Fantastic.
Now premiering this week.
And moving along.
Yes.
Well, that's Chris's thing.
Yeah, I gotta keep the show moving. Yeah.
As I've said before, without Chris, this would be a 4-hour Todd Glass show. Of me just, there would be
Not that
4
there's anything wrong with that.
No, there'd be 4 hours and it maybe 27 minutes of talking about movies, and the rest of it would me just be regaling high school football stories. Chris just looked at his watch.
He's like,
Okay.
Well, his daughter's,
Okay.
he's got to go.
yeah, that's true.
I've got limited childcare today.
All right.
So Beyond the Lights, Dumb and Dumber 2, and Rosewater are coming out this week.
Wait a minute. What the fuck is Rosewater?
Rosewater is the Jon Stewart movie
Yeah.
that he
wow.
directed.
Okay.
Oh, that actually looks really interesting.
Yeah. And Dumb and Dumber 2, I'm not sure what to make of it. I'm like,
I want it to be good.
Yeah, I want it to be good too. The trailer looks funny and
Sometimes funny, maybe sometimes not.
We
Yeah.
watched it in
Not
Portland,
sure.
and I said the thing I said about it, and I started to think about it. The movie that came out in '94, there was moments of that movie I thought were hilarious, and there's moments I went, and that's how I've been with almost every Farley Brothers movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Some funny, and then some just like, oh, this is like toilet,
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so I guess that I bet you this one, because the opening scene in the trailer is brilliant.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah,
that's a funny
absolutely.
fucking
Loved it.
scene,
Yeah.
and then he's got to pull the catheter out of his dick, and it's just always, it's always,
boy.
it's always that.
That's where it goes.
So I
Yeah.
feel like, I bet you, I'm sure there will be laugh out loud moments, and moments you go, that was dumb.
Yeah.
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 So
That's what I think.
I think that's a pretty good prediction.
Yeah, there we go.
Now, Beyond the Lights, I'm actually not as familiar with that film.
Beyond the Lights, the pressures of fame, a superstar singer Nani on the edge until she meets Kaz, a young cop who works to help her find the courage to develop her own voice and break free to become the artist she was meant to be.
Sign me up.
All right, I'm sold. Yeah. Okay. Oh no, that's everything.
That's it.
Yeah, that's
Well,
it.
you know what? Can I say? Can we could
Nope,
almost
out of
do a
time.
whole article? You could do a whole show on this, but we have to mention what's been going around the internet yesterday. Finally, Sam Raimi,
Oh, the Evil Dead
Bruce
series.
Campbell.
This is a big announcement.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Evil Dead is
Starz
coming back
picks
as a
up the Evil
10-part
Dead series.
miniseries on Stars.
Yeah.
And
And
Campbell's back. Campbell's back as Ash.
And it's going to be called Ash versus the Evil Dead.
It's back.
That's awesome.
I'm
And it comes
pretty
out
excited.
next year, 2015.
I'm so glad. The thing that's been so great with, obviously HBO started it years ago, but now what Netflix has done,
Yeah.
It's like
original programming that actually can be original.
bring your fucking A game. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to dick around anymore.
I don't need another hospital drama.
No, yeah. Oh, the Lawyer Squad.
Yeah, look, another CSI.
Films made by a committee.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I just thought that was worth mentioning at least.
Yes.
But you could probably do a lot.
Yeah.
You talk a lot more about it, but it certainly since it came out yesterday.
Yeah, that's good.
Cool.
The other thing I wanted to mention is the network we're on, All Things Comedy. They're actually having a fundraiser right now. They're building new studios, but it's not just for podcasts too; it's for video too. And what they're doing is they're giving away like bumper stickers and mugs. They're kind of doing like a Kickstarter, but it's not on Kickstarter. It's like I think it's on GoFundMe. So what you guys can do: go to allthingscomedy.com and click through. And you can donate like literally like $1 or whatever you can afford, and then you can do. I think it's mugs and bumper stickers. But the good thing is it's a very low goal. I think it's only like $10,000 or something like that. So I think it's already a quarter there, but it'll really help all the comedians. So they can actually use the podcast studio and the video studio.
Yeah, because they're building a nice podcast studio and everything.
Right. It's like I think the Pacific Design Center is where it's going to be. So it'll be cool. It's worth your while. You know, All Things Comedy has a ton of great shows. Jackie Cation is on there. There's of course Al Madrigal, Bill Burr, and it's a great thing. We're happy to be on the network, and we want you guys to support it too. So definitely throw a couple beans their way.
And then we've got the show this Saturday, November 15th, 10 o'clock at Inside Jokes in the Chinese Theater. We just got added. Kira Sultanovich is going to be doing some jokes.
Oh, great!
Mm-hmm. And it's so funny when I call her. She picks up the phone and goes, "Oh fuck, did I miss something? Did we have something planned?"
That's her go-to. I screwed up.
She didn't see my name on her phone. And go, "Oh hey Graham, what's going on?" She's like, "What did I miss? What the fuck did I? I'm sorry." So she'll be on the show. Matt Knutson from the podcast Grabbing Lunch, who has a short film in there as well. And then Kimberly Browning from Hollywood Shorts has lined up a lot of really cool films, and she's got some of the filmmakers that are going to come down. So you guys are going to get to see really well-made short films on a big screen.
Yeah, it's going to be great. There's The Gunfighter. Tag is the one that Matt is in. The Gunfighter is hilarious. And also there's... we're going to be showing Rope-A-Dope. That's the martial arts comedy Groundhog Day
I cannot wait to
film.
see Rope-A-Dope on a big screen.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. And Eric Jacobus and the stunt people put that together. And it's going to be a great... Like, we're not just throwing... a couple random short films. These are going to be amazing films. Every single one. There's a great thriller called Last Shot. And I just want to say what this movie's about, too, because it's really cool. It's closing time at a bar. Stranger comes in, orders some drinks. Guy doesn't want to serve him. He wants to close. And he starts telling these stories about what's happened to people, and they get creepier and creepier and creepier as he's drinking and as he's alone with the bartender.
Kimberly has gotten us such amazing movies in the past. I'm really excited, and we really wanted to get cinematic short films because we're on this is the first time we've ever had like a huge screen to show them on. And so it's going to be an awesome show. It's November 15th, this Saturday, 10 p.m., Inside Jokes. It's going to be an amazing night. It's going to be a lot of fun. So check that out. And they validate at the theater and all that stuff. So parking is like $2 at Hollywood and Highland there.
Oh yeah, it's cheap.
Very cheap. And you can get a picture with several Jack Sparrows out on Hollywood.
Absolutely. Yes. A Spider-Man in a saggy costume.
With a Persian accent.
Yeah. A 5'7" Batman. There's a lot of things you can do. It's good stuff down there in Hollywood. So check that out.
I think there's a Bulgarian Spider-Man there.
There is a Bulgarian Spider-Man. The cultural attaché for the...
Spider sense is tingling.
But more because I'm drunk. On Bulgarian vodka, which you got to try. But we're going to have Bulgarian vodka there.
Wow, that's going to be a real trick.
It's going to be amazing. Also, I will be in Tampa doing a couple of shows with Doug Benson on November 20th and the 23rd. We're doing stand-up, and we're doing a Doug Loves Movies, and also December 6th at Crossroads at Hawaiian Brian's in beautiful Honolulu, Hawaii with James Mane.
Oh, great.
So come on out if you're in Oahu or live there. And, of course, December 11th in Oklahoma City, we're doing 2 shows, a stand-up show and live comedy film nerds where we're going to show trailers and all that stuff. And we're working on getting a fancy big-name guest to come out with us. So check all of those things out and buy some tickets, and we'll see you out there on the road. Anything else?
No, that's everything.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Neil, where can people talk to you on the internets? You have a following now. You have some fans at Podfest. You have fans, buddy.
Yeah, one creepy one.
Yeah, the stalker got stalked. It was weird.
Nice. I just hope you're cashing in on that and just getting some tail out there. Just
Little podtail.
yeah,
Podtail. Podtail.
yeah, putting those kitten hands to work. You know what I'm talking about? On did she?
Oh wow! Careful! I don't. That's not a good thing in that particular. There's a context for that. That's probably not.
Well, he took a while to shoot.
Yeah, but he did shoot first.
say.
It just took his time.
Ooh, Han shot too soon.
With that being said, I can be found at Twitter. It's Weakley, WYCHLEA, or Film Nerd Neil. Neil T. Weakley on Facebook.
Come on out. Say hello to him.
Sure.
Mark Miller, where can people find you on the internet?
I am also on the Twitter at Mark Allen Miller, and that's Mark with a K, not with a C, like some
bullshit.
exactly.
Those coach riding animals back there with their C's.
Exactly. Makes me sick to my stomach.
You're a filthy garbage person if you use a C.
You're dirty brown water trash. If you spell Mark with a C. That's what I want to leave you with.
Sharing armrests. Some sort of street animal. Sweet, guys. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. And check out NIGHTBREED, guys.
Definitely.
I'm going to get mine today.
Sweet.
You go. Hell yeah.
That's how devoted Neil is. There's literally one behind us, but nope, Neil's going to go buy his own.
We tried to take it, in all fairness.
It's like maybe when they're turned, they're not looking.
Well,
Yeah.
no.
Sure.
Here's what happened.
Be
Chris
gone.
maced him. Chris said, not in my house.
I'll just watch it when you're done. Not good enough.
I'll trade you for a lament box.
Ooh.
Oh, nerd wheeling and dealing. All right, guys. Well, that
Never
is
been opened.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna let these boys sort it out here in the garage. Well, thank you once again for Neil Weakley and Mark Miller for being on the program. My name is Graham Elwood.
And I'm Chris Mancini. As always, remember,
Han shot first.